Okay. So good. Okay, got that. Alright. Just see. Yep. Okay, before we go. It'll be fine. Hello, everybody. I am Rip, and I'm back with more Final Fantasy VII. No. Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. Sorry, I woke up not like less than an hour ago, and I knew as soon as this came out I wanted to stream it. But I also can't really do much beyond the MSQ right now because I do have some other things to do today. But yeah, I'm back. Ready to rock. So, let's stop abbreviating and get right into it. Glimmers of the past. Oh, Bowsen, your time could not have been better. If you have a moment, we have some things we'd like to share. Excellent. We'll just wait for Lamati. She should arrive shortly. Bowsen, glad to see you here too. And speak of the devil, let's catch each other up, shall we? Right, I'll go first if nobody minds. I've been back in Tuliolal and spoke with Kauna. Told them all about the records left behind by Gululja's mother, as well as Fiend's appearance. We decided I should remain in the dome until things settle down more. But while I'm Gululja's guardian, I'm also a foreign ruler. I'll have to take care not to appear as though I'm meddling in Alexandrian politics. That's all for me. As for the rest of us, we've been keeping track of this new Fiend. She has been making regular appearances before the people, and each time she does, she encourages them to become endless. Alas, much else about her remains a mystery, including why she's chosen to reveal herself now. On our end, we've confirmed that only those wearing regulators have their knowledge of Queen Fiend's death altered. Someone must have tampered with the devices to remove any and all memories of the event. We haven't yet identified the perpetrator, given recent events. Fiend is the chief suspect. Many believe that the Queen of Reason is alive and well, and remember her funeral as a memorial to those lost in the attack. Needless to say, this has proven confusing for those with more accurate recollections. We'll carry on with our investigation. Head to Earth and Sky now and coordinate with our people there. There's one other matter. Related to this gathering, you might say. We'd like you to meet a certain someone. By all means, who's this person now? Where's this person now? In the break room. She's unwell, and Yashola and Alize have been tending to her. They'll be able to explain things. I want to see how she's doing, so I'll come too. The mystery person. Break room is at the end of the hallway through that door. We can go whenever you're ready. Sorry, I was just looking up a Discord message on my phone. There we go, back in the chat. Hmm. So who'd you find? Hmm? Huh? Fiend?
What is she doing here? We just heard she was busy spreading talk of becoming endless among the Alexandrians. What's going on here?
She is not who you think she is. Not the Queen of Reason, who has made a miraculous return, but an individual of flesh and blood, possessed of a soul.
What? Are you saying she's the real Sphene?
We chanced upon her in living memory, but she collapsed before we could exchange words. We decided to bring her here for now.
Her body was suffused with lightning ether, which caused a debilitating paralysis. Ishtola reached out and informed me of her condition, and I came with a porpsy as fast as I could. We're now waiting to see if the treatment was effective.
It's so glad we brought that around.
Judging by her appearance, the circumstances of our encounter, and her extreme ethereal aspect, I am all but certain that she is the one from whom the Endless Sphene was created. The original Queen Sphene of Alexandria.
But how?
What? But how can that be possible?
It was hundreds of years ago.
The real Sphene died of illness 4 centuries ago.
I died. Whatever do you mean? I am not dead. I'm not. What is this place? Where is everyone? Otis and Zelenia?
Huh?
And who are you people?
There is a lot to explain.
Calm down. We mean you no harm. You've been unwell, and it wouldn't do to strain yourself. Please, help me. I don't understand any of this.
Of course. But if I might confirm some things first. You are Queen Sphene of Alexandria, are you not?
Yes. Yes, I am.
And ere you awoke here, you were in another unfamiliar place. Is that correct?
I opened my eyes and saw a strange, dark room. Outside, there were towering buildings, clad in electrope.
You slumbered at the heart of that city for many years, within a facility called the Meso Terminal. Many things have come to pass during that time, some of which you may find upsetting. Are you sure you wish to learn of them?
It would be a lot for someone who just woke up.
In that dark room, there was an electric casket designed to preserve its occupant in cold stasis. Until the terminal and its systems were recently shut down, that was where you were kept in all likelihood. Since the time of the Old Kingdom, for 4 centuries.
What? Do you speak true? I've been asleep for that long. 400 years.
Our records say that Queen Sphene succumbed to the rampant lightning energies unleashed during the storm surge. But it seems the truth is rather different.
Oh, if only Otis were alive to see this. I do not believe that you are lying. So please, tell me everything that has happened. Everything. Very well. But let us do it with care, lest we cause you undue strain. Now, while I should like more of us to assist, it isn't practical to gather everyone, so I will summon Graha and Cryo for now. Major exposition.
I know this has all been a lot to take in, but how are you feeling? Physically, I mean.
Much better now, thanks to Y'shtola and Alisei's ministrations. In fact, I can scarcely remember the last time I felt so hale. I know not how to repay them, not only for coming to my aid, but for telling me about my kingdom besides.
I don't think they're ones to keep score. Isn't that right?
Alizé never abandons those in need.
He's known those two for a long time. You can trust in his judgment. Besides, you helped to prove that their treatment works here as well. With this success, they'll be able to help others in Alexandria who suffer from the same illness. Few things could make them happier.
I see. Full glad am I to know that we may cure the affliction after so long. So very long. I steeled myself, having been warned, but it's difficult to come to terms with everything.
Sphene? Maybe going out and seeing it would help. Alexandria as it is now.
Great idea! There's no substitute for seeing things with your own eyes. That said, there is a chance that you'll run into the other Sphene. Still want to take a look, even so?
It would be a lie to say I do not feel anxious, but I wish to walk among the people, to hear their voices and learn about their realm.
We'll be your escort.
Truly, I would be honored.
Then allow us to show you the sights.
Thank you, Wooklamont. 'Tis
seekers of eternity. I mean, considering the apparel of the POV at the end of the last patch, this does make some amount of sense. But they kept the real Fiend's body in stasis in the Metro Terminal all this time. But where is this dark room? Thank you as well, Valsin, for your kindness. The Endless Fiend. You knew her, didn't you? Did you not? It may take time for the both of us to come to terms with the situation, myself especially, but I recognize that I must. I may still be here, but the world I knew is gone. Ain't that the truth? Before heading out, I should put on more suitable attire. There's a modern outfit among the items Shale has prepared for me, I believe. If you would wait outside, I should only need a moment. Alright, take your time. Yeah, I'm gonna head out. You can let the lady change.
Apologies for keeping you waiting. I've never worn such clothing before.
Oh, that's comfy.
Oh, that really suits you.
Agreed.
I'm glad to hear that.
A moment before you head out. Circumstances being what they are, we thought it best to come up with a way to distinguish you from the other Sphenes, and we should probably settle on this now rather than later.
I suppose it could get pretty confusing.
First, we propose calling you simply Sphene. As for the former Queen of Reason, Endless Sphene should suffice.
Okay.
What about the new one who's been addressing the citizens?
Despite being the spitting image of Endless Sphene, we know she's a different entity. So we were thinking of calling her a simulant, after imitation stones.
Simulant.
I
Okay.
see. Well, they're definitely not the same. And that's as good a way as any to draw a distinction. But what do you think, Sphene? Is that all right with you?
Rest assured, I have no objections. When I am in the city, however, I intend to keep both my face and name secret. For the people of today's Alexandria know only the Endless Fiend.
We're sorry to subject you to such ignominy.
No, I myself would rather not invite complications, so it is quite all right. Thank you for your concern, Shale. Let us be off then. I am in your capable hands.
That you are. First, we'll head to the entrance of Solution 9.
Good idea. We should start from scanning Port 9. I'll do my best to explain things.
Just keep your hood up. That lady wants to talk with Lamity. So while they're busy, I'll tell you about what we can see from here. Is there any place that interests you? So very many. I can't decide where to begin. Then why don't we let Valzen choose? Okay. The Ether Eye. If you attune to Norm 9, you can teleport back here anytime you want. You can also use it to teleport to other locations in Solution 9. Makes it easy to get around. It's the mode of travel that utilizes ether currents, yes? We had the same in my time, but when the storm surge broke out, such nodes were sealed off to prevent enemy use. And after the war, the etheric balance across the entire world had collapsed. But only was travel outside the barrier ill-advised. Teleportation itself had become dangerous. We had to abandon the nodes altogether. Disheartening to see them available again for the use of one and all. There are lots of different shops at the Nexus Arcade, selling everything you need. It's always full of people out doing their shopping. The endless fiend gave Valzen and Lamity a tour of the place. I remember watching them from a distance. The coastal town I knew had a main thoroughfare that was lined with shops. Whenever I visited, the citizens would come and speak with me about matters great and small. Just like that lady is doing with Wuk-Lamat. In the government sector, there's a counter where citizens can get matched to jobs. A soul exchange, but no one goes there much these days since there aren't many souls in circulation. I'm unsure how I feel about regulators and the treatment of souls as a resource. I understand the grief of those who have lost loved ones and the desire to escape the sorrow of death. Even so, I would never wish to forget. My parents, Otis, Zelinia. I want to remember them all. I am reluctant to impose my personal beliefs upon others, though. The lady home to Wuk-Lamat just came back from Tuliolol. It was her first time since being trapped in the barrier 30 years ago. She has family in Alexandria now, so she had to return. Thanks, but the train made it safe and easy for her to make the journey. It's all thanks to everyone's hard work. There was once a railroad connecting Alexandria and the neighboring Limblum. Operations were suspended when relations deteriorated. Eventually the tracks were removed entirely. Seeing that our railroad now connects us to our new neighbors is gratifying. Especially considering that our history began with war. And Alexandria the aggressor. In continuing to strive for peace, Tuliola's leaders have shown great magnanimity. I can't help but be moved. Just to double check something. Okay, good. My roommate is cooking something in the room behind me. Sorry about that, I got a little carried away with the conversation. Alright, Valzen and I told her about the places we can see from here. Really? That's great! Right, why don't we stroll through the residential sector and then stop at Mosaic? We can take a break there. memories of a blind age. We've been walking for a while now, so let's rest our feet, eh? Drinks are on me. Steen, Elzen, the two of you go ahead and order first. I feel like a pseudonym might be more appropriate here.
So many different drinks. I can't decide. Ooh. I'll have this, please. A Dali coffee.
Of course. I should warn you, though. Dali beans are an older variety known for their strong bitterness. Still want one?
The bitterness is the best part. Have you decided as well?
Sweet coca with extra cream on top.
I understand completely. The allure of something sweet can often be too strong to resist.
It's my curse.
I'll have your drinks ready in a moment.
They're certainly well liked. It's a wonderful feeling, spending time with the people. But they're not my people anymore, are they? Their city, their way of life, even the ground upon which they tread. I am a stranger to it all. The weight of the long years is finally beginning to sink in.
Your Majesty, is that you?
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I am not Queen Sphene, though I'm often told we look alike.
There you are. How many times have I told you not to go off alone? I'm sorry he bothered you, Mum. Come now, we're going home.
Bye, not Queen Sphene.
I do not know that boy, nor does he know me. No one does. Another harsh reminder that I have no place here. Yet, no matter how much things have changed, I am happy. I am. For Alexandria has endured. Our sacrifice was not in vain. Even so, I cannot help but feel lonely.
I still feel like the dark room thing needs more explanation, but This is interesting. In search of meaning. Forgive me, I didn't mean to darken the mood. Still, I feel better having shared my feelings with you. Thank you. I'm sorry for not being much of a guide. I don't usually get approached this often. It's quite alright. People have been through so much, it's only natural for them to seek comfort and assurance from someone they trust. Besides, I was able to relax with a delicious cup of coffee and have a lovely chat with Alzin. I appreciate your understanding. Right then, where to next? We could take a look inside the Nexus arcade, but it can probably wait for when we actually need something. In that case, let's head back to the recreation zone. There's plenty to see on TrueView. I feel like we might need to, be a bit more thorough with the disguise. At the very least, the hair. That's right, I forgot jogging was a thing. He looks pale. We'll need to find a place for him to rest. Thank you. I was on my way to attend some business when the memory of being killed here came flooding back. Dangerous past, I know, but the terror lingers. For all the comfort I've offered others in my work, I can't seem to comfort myself. Tonight I can't shake this fear. The courage has completely deserted me. Come on, up a man. Thank you. I feel better already. Your encouragement was exactly what I needed. But where are my manners? My name is Malachite, and I am an usher. An usher? They're the ones who come to those who long to live. They're the ones who come to those without long to live, right? But given everything that's happened, I expect your duties have changed. Correct. We no longer attend to the dying. It's only after they have passed away in their family's care that we convey their remains to a government storage facility. A storage facility? What for? Henceforth, we must inter the deceased, but as the specifics are undecided, the bodies must be kept in cold storage for the time being. I didn't know. Heard that there were graveyards over by the submerged city. But like funerals, burial customs must be long forgotten. Did you have usher duties? If so, we could help. I'm not actually here in an official capacity, so I am loath to trouble you further. But since you ask, I shall explain why I've come. I've taken to delivering the personal effects of the departed to their families. Even though their memories have been entrusted to the cloud, I still remember where they once lived. The rule was to dispose of any belongings. To do anything else was strictly forbidden. But it saddened me to see them discarded like waste, so I began secreting away what I could. Of course, I understand that not everyone shares my sentiments, but I leave it to the families to decide what to do with these items. Some accept my deliveries, others reject them. Whether I'm doing the right thing, I cannot say, but I feel the families should be given the choice. Oh, I didn't have it before then. It's important to think about what people leave to us. I want to help. Do you want to help too, Valzin? I suppose I can. I'm truly grateful. There are 4 items to be delivered here in the recreation zone. I leave them in your care. In the meantime, I will head to the residential sector to make deliveries there. If you finish, please meet me back here. I would like to know the family's reaction. You know, there have been people in Tuliolo who had similar episodes due to the trauma of the siege. Would you mind if I went with Malachi to keep an eye on him? Only if you can handle those deliveries without me, of course. It's fine. I'm sure he'll be happy for the company. So there are 4 items in total to deliver? Right, 3 people on TrueView, and 1 for someone over by the Neon Stein. Let's visit them in that order. Can I trouble you to do the talking, Belzen? I fear my voice may betray my identity. Lead the way. We'll be right behind you. People around TrueView seem scary at first, but most of them are really kind. When I see someone pass out on the street now, I worry if they'll be alright. Oh, come on. The way the buildings are in a row reminds me of the old castle town. As it is here, I can see why Oblivion can blend in. Is there something you need? So Malachite sent you. He was not very considerate. When he offered to bring me the keepsake, he stressed that I didn't have to accept it if I felt uncomfortable. I see why some would say no, but I couldn't do that. Not when it's something that belongs to my parents. I understand now I will never see again. Having spare souls won't save us from the inevitable. It's always been the case. Now I find myself wondering about this and that. How much longer can I afford to muck around with my brothers? But I won't bore you with my ramblings. Thanks for bringing me the keepsake, and give my regards to Malachite. Hello. Do I know you? So this is the keepsake. Truth be told, I've been wavering as to whether or not I should accept it. I mean, it belonged to someone that died. It got me thinking about what we did to Tuliolo. I didn't even know we killed so many of their people, not until the funeral. I may decide to retaliate. Amity, Clement would never do that. She and everyone in Tuliolo know that my father was to blame for the attack, not the Alexandrian people. Dear, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you speak ill of your father. Just, I can't stop worrying about death, and hearing that they're running out of neo-regulators makes it worse. I don't know what to do anymore. Okay. With the neo-regulators, I'm concerned that the neo-regulators are going to start mind-controlling people. Janolt's favorite energy tonic is a special formula, not like the ones they sell here. I wanted to try one, but Shell wouldn't let me. So you can purchase beverages from these machines? That's wonderful. I've always believed that technology should be developed for the benefit of the people. What is it? If you're trying to sell me something, I'm not interested. Oh, you brought the keepsake. Thank you. I've been looking forward to this, hoping that it might help me remember. But no such luck, it seems. The owner is dead, and they'll never become one of these endless Queen's Fiend tells us about. It's a sad thought. Even so, I'm not sure I want to become an endless myself. If they're made by putting your memories into a new body made of ether, doesn't that mean that you yourself shall have to die first? The thought of not having to worry about souls was appealing, so I was happy to have received a Neo-Regulator, and I've only had doubts since then. Queen's Fiend herself recommends it. I want to believe that all will be well, but still... Sorry, I need to clear my head. That's everyone in Trueview. Let's go to the Neostein. The Neon Stein, rather. Are you talking to me? Oh, right, this. I can't say it deserves any memories, but it does feel familiar somehow. You know, you look quite familiar yourself. Where do I know you from? Of course! You're the unenhanced challenger. No, champion! I can't stress how incredible it is. What you've achieved without using feral souls. Anyone honored to meet you. Though not for the first time, I realize. Oh. It was at the infusion station in the government sector. It wasn't my finest moment, as you might recall. Right, you were a fighter in the Arcadian. You're the Arcadian fighter who was desperate for souls. That's right. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. Anyway, seeing as we're meeting properly now, the name's Lathander. I used to fight in the Arcadian, but not anymore. I took Queen's Fiend's words to heart and found a new job. One where I could put my knowledge of physical conditioning to use. As you know, lots of people were badly hurt when the mechanical soldiers malfunctioned. So I've been assisting with their rehabilitation. It's not something I ever imagined myself doing, but here we are. Not many people can help others like you can. I think it's great what you're doing. Thanks. It's encouraging to hear that. There's this fellow who has to learn how to walk all over again. Becoming endless would solve his problems, but he's determined to overcome them the hard way, with the body he's got. Seeing that gave me a newfound appreciation for my own body. It's a gift from my parents. It's the very thing that survived the arena, and I need to take better care of it. I'm the only blue-scaled Hubigo besides my father. Amity once told me that. Don't know how my father felt about it. There are times when it hurts to think about the things we share. Still, I don't want to lose that, even if I could look the same as an Endless. I would never throw away this body. Most people would find it hard to do so, I imagine. Just the thought makes me feel uncomfortable about the whole becoming Endless affair. But I need to get back to work. It was nice talking to you. Thanks for the delivery. Oh, right. Boop. I believe that takes care of the deliveries. Thank you for taking charge, Valzen. From what I've seen and heard, 'tis plain that people held their queen in high regard. Stimulant has exploited their love and admiration to win over so very many. Come, let's report to Malachite. He should be back in the north of the recreation zone. Oh, there's a narrow way through here. Sorry if my speech is a bit off, still kind of waking up. A jewel shattered. Thank you for your assistance. With this, every delivery I planned for today is accounted for. The reactions received were mixed. Some were glad, others decided they did not want the items after all. What was your experience? Accepted their items, but they all felt differently about them. One person couldn't remember the keepsake's owner, the other couldn't stop worrying about their own death. I see. It's difficult indeed to predict how people may behave when confronted with reminders of loss. Of late, I come to believe that we are, each of us, the sum of the moments we share with our loved ones. And when they pass away, and we lost our memories of these people, lost a part of ourselves. Thought that saddens me to no end. If our memories of the departed are no longer to be entrusted to the cloud, I wish that those already taken could be returned to us. Well, my friends, I must resume my formal duties. My thanks again for your aid. Just continue to steer you away from the soul thing. Malachite speaks true. Our memories are what define us. They form the path we walk to be where we are now. My endless self, I expect, was much alike to me in the beginning. I cannot become like her no more than she could become like me. For once our paths diverged, so too did our lives and experiences. That's true. Even if we start from the same place, we all have different journeys. At some point, things like our goals and our ways of thinking are bound to change. The Endless Fiend was one possibility. A version of myself who made choices I want to believe I never would. I'm beginning to come to terms with the fact I did, though. Huh? Is that... Ah. She appears. The simulant? She was looking straight at us. If I didn't know better, I'd say she wanted us to follow her. I have a bad feeling about this, but we might not have another chance to figure out what she's up to. We're going after her, right? Oh boy. that was kind of creepy, actually. Like, I actually found it a bit creepy. The simulant headed into the street over there. Neon Stein is that way. Neon Stein is that way. Let's hurry.
not here. Let's press on, if only a little further.
Huh? What the thunderstruck?
Are you alright?
It's zappy right now.
So he didn't die. Vexing, but expected.
That was about the strongest bolt we can produce within Everkeep. What now?
We obtain more precise measurements. Narrow the range of variables to avoid unnecessary trial and error. That is the most expeditious course of action.
I know that voice.
I know not primal that hits harder than you.
Yes, you! We have important business with you. We left something in your keeping, the key to interdimensional fusion. You will kindly return it to us, yes?
How about no? You asked me that after you tried to kill me?
Now that you mention it, the other way around may have been more appropriate.
Bit trigger finger. Bit trigger happy, rather.
If I had the key, I wouldn't need to be cruel and turn away so many people. Far more than 5,000 could become endless and know eternal happiness.
What? You mean to steal ether from other worlds again?
All is for the sake of his experiments.
Experiments?
'Twas for that reason, you know, that the previous me created the Endless. I pity her. She was forced to attempt the impossible, to turn every soul who dies into an Endless, even though there's no end to them. Admittedly, that was part of the plan. Her desperation would drive her to claim the key and use it. And sure enough, she did just that. I know you had a soft spot for her, Lamachi. So for what it's worth, I'm truly sorry.
Asahi, Asahi, Asahi!
Alas, we are naught more than pawns, pieces in his grand design.
Don't you dare make light of her love for her people. Don't you dare!
Strike me down if you wish. I shall be made anew. And I doubt many would look kindly upon the vow of resolve of Tuliolol if she attacked a neighboring queen, and not for the first time. Would you be willing to accept the repercussions?
Damn you!
What do you stand to gain by making everyone endless?
You're speaking to me. Our goal is to usher in the next phase of mankind's evolution. Since time immemorial, life has used death to facilitate adaptation in an ever-changing environment. The old and infirm are weeded out, allowing the species to thrive. Generational succession. This has been our survival strategy. Yet, this strategy has long since reached its practical limit. It is outdated. It relies on progeny, which gives rise to unchecked population growth. Resources become scarce, invariably leading to conflict. All the while, death is ever present and robs our species of untold potential. Where man now stands in his evolution, bodies of flesh no longer make sense. What we must strive for next is carefully managed, eternal preservation.
Calyx! You're Calyx, aren't you?
Alex?
You know him?
The young genius who had mastered electrope technology. He founded the scientific collective known as Preservation and devoted himself to developing a cure for the paralysis which plagued our people. Calyx! You always had your gaze set upon the future, and I know you do now. But I beg you, do not deceive the people of Alexandria. Do not manipulate them with this imitation forged from my memories. Well, how rude. Yet, whatever you may say, I'm the one whom the people regard as queen. You may have worn the crown for a few years, but now you are no one. Just a frail, fleshy version of me that could die at any moment. The kingdom has no use for such as you.
Our demand is simple. Surrender the key. Refusal will necessitate consequences.
If Ramu could hit harder than you. Oh boy. You alright, Falzon? Forgive me. I was once able to use healing spells, but my long slumber appears to have sapped my magical reserves. It's frustrating to be so powerless. Perhaps I must accept my newfound limitations. Healing abilities? You're a white mage or what were you, a white mage or scholar? Or the technology sage, like Albino? Alexandria has no need for Queen Sphene. It's the Queen of Reason, my endless counterpart that they love. Although it is a hard truth to accept, it is nevertheless the truth. I must find a new way to serve. You're not alone. Together we can get through anything. Well said. And it just so happens there's something only you can do right now this moment. Let's start with Calyx. What can you tell us about him? He was a prodigy who specialized in the field of electrope and made his mark during the storm surge. Yet even as he basked in the admiration of his peers, he struggled with an illness he had from birth, which left him with precious little time to live. For him to still be here 4 centuries on, I think it's safe to assume that he too has become an endless. I see. While we're somewhat familiar with preservation, never imagined we crossed paths with one of them like this. You know about preservation? Yep. We do. They're supposed to have created Everkeep's core system as well as the Endless Fiend. Did they? All while I was slumbering. The members of Oblivion have spent a lot of time investigating preservation. We should head to the back room and tell them what's happened. So we had a situation.
We've heard what happened. So, preservation has revealed itself at last.
Yep.
And using the key, they mean to turn even more people into Endless. It seems safe to assume that they too intend to steal ether from the other reflections. But unlike the previous Fiend, they have no intention of saving everyone. Calyx, of all people, would know precisely how much ether is required to sustain an Endless. Thus, he is able to set a realistic limit to their creation, without being swayed by emotion.
Carefully managed eternal preservation. Whether or not this can be considered an evolution, 'tis plain that man's very existence would be forever changed.
Say, if this Calyx is as brilliant a scientist as everyone says, could he have been the one who erased everyone's memories of Endless Fiend's death?
It's possible.
That is a possibility, though I cannot speak to his motives.
Though Calyx has outright stated his ultimate goal, how his actions will further this agenda remains unclear. That said, we have seen how anxiety towards death continues to spread amongst Alexandrians. Perhaps the simulant stokes this fear, to entice them to become endless.
Everyone is afraid of death. We try to put it out of our minds, and I do not blame the people for feeling as they do. Nonetheless, I wish to stop the simulant. I wish to do what I can for those who believe in their queen. Although I wear no crown, were I to forsake the people, then I would truly have no place here.
I don't know if this will help in that endeavor, but I've found something interesting.
Oh?
When I analyzed the sign that Calyx appeared on, I was able to determine the source of transmission. I traced it back to a terminal used only by preservation, located in the Foundation sector.
Oh, look at that.
Foundation sector? That came up in my mother's records, didn't it? It's where the old castle was hidden.
Everkeep was built atop the castle of the former kingdom. Access to the immediate area, the Foundation sector, is highly restricted, with map data accordingly classified.
The old castle is inside this tower.
It's an ideal place for preservation to conceal a terminal, I must say. Having existed since the storm surge, they would be familiar with the castle's layout.
But I wonder, would someone so versed in electrope, such as Calix, be so careless as to leave a trail?
Oh, I expect he intended for us to find the terminal.
It may be a trap, but it's our only lead. What do you think, my friend?
We can't leave them to their own devices.
No, we cannot. We must learn exactly what he is plotting.
If you're set on this course of action, I'll work on getting you access to the Foundation sector. Sit tight for now.
Please, let me come with you.
Are you
I
sure?
do not possess any special skills, but I know the castle better than any. So please.
Okay then.
All right. If that's what you want, then we go together. The rest of us will take point and secure the way, and we'll count on you to guide us in the castle.
That hood looks quite comfy. Thank you for allowing me to accompany you. It may take time for me to find my place in this new Alexandria. I will, slowly but surely. The meeting. Now, descent to the Foundation. Right, I believe I plotted a viable route to the Foundation sector. As we don't have much information on the area, I'll come along and gather geographic data on site. You can leave the navigating to me. I'll stay behind this time, but let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Oblivion is fortunate to have a capable adapter like you, Gulja. And no matter what the future holds, your knowledge of Electrope is bound to serve you well. With such dependable support here, we may embark on our mission. Sorry, I'm yawning. Fuck. Come, let's head to the left in the government sector. Before I do, I shall consume the soup. I kind of wish the game would let me be a bit cocky and a little bit cocky and taunt them by saying something like that. Like I've had false guards hit harder than you. I've had a false guard. I've had false gods hit harder than you do. There's no direct lift to the Foundation sector, so we'll have to transfer to another. On the way. If we take the wrong lift, we'll end up in the wrong sector, so be sure to follow her instructions. According to Tishalja's records, the floor is divided into inner and outer sections below Orogenic. The castle is at the heart of the inner section. So, upon arriving at the Foundation sector, we need to make our way inwards. Thousand, take this communicator with you. It's been modified to track your coordinates, so I'll be guiding you as I collect data. Alright then. Sounds like we're all set. Let's get going. The Underkeep. Alright. Let's rock and roll! I mean, rock and roll, or let's go. Ooh. Eat your heart out, Black Mesa.
There are beasts ahead of you. They must have gotten in and made themselves at home.
Is that sand? Like mountains of sand. It is. It's sand.
Hold still.
Oh, those poor fans. Caked in so. Actually, it may not be sand. It could be dust. Just an unforgiving dust.
Allow me.
Or it could be both. Damn it, what? Damn it, it's a shame that the game doesn't let you look directly up.
There should be an access hatch nearby that leads inside. Look for an opening.
Okay, yeah, it is sand. Antlions!
Allow me.
Boss fight.
Something big. You'll have to deal with it to continue on.
Gardens. Alright, here we go. Almighty racket. Are you serious? No, 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 no. My balls. I've been paying too much attention to the ground. I haven't been... Yeah, that's not doing me any favors. No, stop that. You stop that. What, don't feel like climbing the pipes now? Had enough of you.
Good work. Now, proceed to the access hatch and head inside.
Man, the filters must be atrocious. It indeed appears to be a castle.
Allow me. There.
Rising water level.
Upsetting to think that Preservation's terminal is in this place.
Hold on. Someone's got communication. Stay alert.
Hold on.
Hold still.
I think he's well aware of what we're up to at this point. Alex, I mean.
So, you have come. Let us measure your strength.
Yep. Well, you're active. Hold up, I see that. I saw that under his feet. What? Ha! Trying to trip me up here. Huh. So far, so good. Try and overwhelm me like that.
Allow me.
was hardly a challenge, I see.
It was
You will
interesting.
show me more. I bid you press on.
Is all this an experiment to you now? Oh. Look, they're imitating ninjas. Going up. They're paintings.
Allow me.
Wait, no. What, a little faster? Pretty close
You
now.
are untroubled thus far, but I have something that may test you yet.
Chamber of Patience. Cannons. Hmm? Indefatigable defense. Valia Pira. That's a
We
warn.
still lack sufficient data. Very well. Let us see how you perform against this.
Trying to find counters to me, huh?
This machine has long guarded these crumbling halls. How will you handle this?
I don't like the look of that.
Let us introduce more weaponry.
Uh-oh. Ow.
Let us see what this yields. Perhaps a new approach to assess your adaptability. Still alive. How unfortunate.
Despite both of our efforts.
For you to die here, it would save me trouble later.
Give me time to think, damn it.
Something special for you.
I'm beginning to understand how you were able to defeat Queen Eternal.
Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this. The NPCs are not making my life more difficult. Alright. Eat this. There we go.
That will do. We have enough to proceed with an analysis.
Find the princess.
Calix was measuring our strength. Is that why he contrived to lead us here?
It looks like we've cleared away the machines and beasts. But who knows what else he might have in store. From here on out, Sveen and Shale will move with us. Let's find that terminal. Let's stay alert for more threats.
Alright then.
Before my illness left me bedridden, I used to walk through here on my way to watch Otis and Zelenia train. You knew Otis, if I'm not mistaken. Zelenia was his second in command in the Royal Knights of Alexandria. Oh, how I loved to see the two of them spar. I once dreamed of fighting by their side, so I studied the magical arts under my tutor. But when I was 15, the storm surge broke out, and both my father and mother passed away. As the new queen, I was forbidden from taking to the battlefield, for our nation would fracture had I died without a successor. Though, in the end, I could barely move. I regret that I didn't go out there and fight. At least while I still could. My endless self lamented not being able to protect the realm with benevolence. 'Tis a feeling to which I can relate.
Sveen.
Ah, forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to darken the mood. Come, let us press on.
Beginning to sense a catchphrase.
This is one big castle, though. How far does this hallway go? Do you know, Sveen?
Sveen?
What?
Wait, where did I go? Huh? What the?
What? What happened?
This looks like a big arena. The throne room?
Oh, it seems our guest brought company. So this was your doing? It was. We installed a teleporter that is triggered by the presence of the key, you see? I'm afraid etheric transmissions cannot penetrate the walls of the throne room. It will take your friends a good while to find you.
I confess the Valiapira did not suffice to assess your capabilities. So I shall try something else. You are free to use anything at your disposal. The better you fight, the more accurate my data.
Whoa.
Attaining a precise measure of your strength, that is the most expeditious way to reclaim the key to which you so stubbornly cling.
Ah, noble Zelenia, dashing as ever. These villains mean to do us harm. Strike them down, I bid you. What? This machine is Zelenia! Indeed it is. We couldn't preserve her memories while she lived, so she has been reconstructed from our recollections of her. The endless me being created in answer to the earnest desires of Alexandrians. That I can accept. But to twist the memories of those I held dear and treat them as playthings. This disgrace I cannot abide! Loath though I am to comply with their demands, this monstrosity must be destroyed. Not least of all for Zelenia's honor. If she was indeed created from my memories, even if I cannot fight, I may be able to offer you counsel.
Okay. Any help?
So please, lend me your strength and end this farce.
Oh. All right then. Didn't mean to show this to you, but I got tricks of my own.
Ah, there it is.
See how quickly I can get a duty fighter going. Oh man, I didn't think it was that quickly. Come on, another tank. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. Gonna do with a chicken head. Queen's Knight Zelenia.
I am Zelenia Triantafili, Royal Knight of Alexandria, and sworn blade of Her Majesty the Queen.
I am prepared to be wiped. First, I was pulsing damage.
Upon my blade, I swear, no harm shall come to Her Highness.
You will not defile Zelenia's memory any longer.
Wait a minute.
Feel the sting of my divine blade!
I know this technique. You must keep moving.
Oh, wait.
Have at you! Fall!
Holy hazard?
That her blade work should be recreated so faithfully.
I will suffer none to threaten Alexandria! Heavens roar!
Okay. Okay.
Fall!
Have care. Zelenia was capable of much, much more.
Okay.
I will show you the soul of a royal knight!
Transition.
For the honor and glory of Alexandria, I strike!
Oh.
No more games!
Quickly, away from the sigils.
Yeah.
The sigils channel magic. Be on your guard.
You've no time even to fear my wrath!
You must brace for blade and magic both.
Have at you!
Uh-oh. Oh. Man, I was really not in a good spot. Like, that was not fair.
Taste my steel! There is no escape!
And we're down somebody.
Surge!
As in somebody disconnected. Wait, why is it moving that towards us?
Have at you!
destruction. And yet...
I have pledged my life to the kingdom. Have at you!
Ow, ow, ow.
My resolve shall never waver.
No, but your foe existence will.
I am sworn to protect my queen! I will die before I yield!
Hold on, I see that.
Have at you!
Okay. I think I'm getting the hang of it.
That's right. Zelenia was always there to protect me.
Fall! Taste my steel! Rage and royal! Have at you!
Oh. Still in this.
Surge! Have at you!
Oh, hold up. Okay. Ow. Just go down already.
Have at you!
This is intense.
Taste my steel! Rage and royal!
Well, you taste mine.
Have at you!
Still standing.
Surge!
Eat shit. Booyah.
A disgraceful display. Forgive me, my queen. I have failed you.
First try. Oh man, I am shaking.
Did you get what you needed?
I did. Though these figures will complicate matters.
Is that so? Well, if we are done here, then I shall end the transmission. Hold it! If you have no scruples about thus defiling the memories of Zilenia, then there is no way we will ever see eye to eye. You are not fit to be entrusted with the cherished memories of Alexandrians.
I, for one, have no wish to employ the fruits of my research in this manner. It is a waste of time and effort. But since I relinquished my flesh long ago, I must resort to every conceivable method, so long as the hero insists on keeping the key. Why do you so oppose our objective? With the key, we would be able to harvest ether from other reflections and bring forth more endless. We could give this chance to evolve not only to the people of the Ninth, but to those of the Source as well. I see no reason why you should reject such a boon.
You're aware of the connection between the worlds?
Oh, don't tell me you thought you were the only ones who knew. That is the height of hubris. Well, I'd say our conversation has run its course. Ultimately, what you think is immaterial, for the seeds we've sown have already quickened. The people have glimpsed hope in transcending death, and they can ill turn away from it. And thus does my role come to an end. The rest I leave in your capable hands, Calyx.
As a token of gratitude for consenting to my tests, I leave you with a gift. Be sure to take it with you.
The crown? Zelenia was kind, but she could be stern. A pillar of strength when I ascended the throne in troubled times. Not only did she protect me, she also buoyed my spirit whenever it threatened to buckle under the pressures of my station. By preserving her memory and honor, you've done more for me than you could know. Thank you, Valzen. I completed that with only one death.
Zelenia, it pains me to think that you're gone too.
Aha! Oh, we found you at last.
About time you guys showed up.
You had us quite worried when you suddenly disappeared. What in the world happened?
Quite a bit.
Then preservation's objective is indeed what Calyx claimed. But for them to know about the Source and the Shards, and to refer to theirs as the Ninth, that raises some questions.
Indeed. But for now, I'm just glad the two of you are safe. Oh, right. While we were scouring the castle for you, we came upon a room that looked like a library.
By learning about the Alexandria of old, we may gain valuable insights into preservation. Might we take a number of books with us? So books still remain. Of course. You are welcome to any that may be of use.
So long as they haven't crumbled to dust.
If you don't mind, could we take a look around here first? I'm especially curious about the area over by the throne.
This tiara. It was hers. The Endless Fiend's. What's it doing here?
It's a type of regulator, I believe. It contains the data of the Endless Fiend's memories. Calyx likely used it to create the simulant. Which means that as long as the tiara is in our keeping, we shouldn't need to deal with any more simulants. Strange that he would abandon it, though. Perhaps because the simulant already played her role, like she said. Or Calyx made a copy of the memories. In any case, not much information of import appears to remain on this terminal. But I'll make it so we can access it remotely from the back room.
This contains the memories of another me. A tale of her journey as Queen of Alexandria. Might I hold on to this tiara? You may examine it whenever you wish, of course.
Okay.
It would be for the best, I think. Does that work for you, Shale?
No objections from me. All right, I'm finished. Let's head to the library, and then back outside.
Farewell, Selenia.
Shared paths. The simulant gave the impression that she wouldn't be back, but I suppose only time will tell. And at present, we have no further leads on Calyx. For now, perhaps you could take a moment to contact our friends. It would be good to catch each other up on recent developments. I am certain everyone would appreciate hearing from you. I think Y'shtola would want to hear this. If it isn't Valzen, is something the matter? So preservation is behind the recent intrigue. Doesn't surprise me. I'm glad to hear you are none the worse for your trials, though. As for myself, I just concluded a meeting with Gorson. I told him about the cure of 11 sickness, and we formed a tentative plan to treat all those who are stricken. I am now otherwise unoccupied, so I shall take a look around the government sector to see if aught is amiss. And if this Calyx is obsessed with the key, then I ought to begin studying it in earnest as well. Preferably outside the dome. Oh, I can do multiple people. Alpha no. Excellent timing, my friend. I had a mind to call you myself to see how you were faring. Calyx. Well, something was obviously afoot. I couldn't have imagined that such an individual would be involved. As well you were able to prevent the stimulant from sowing further uncertainty. That said, her absence may have consequences. The people of Alexandria still have great trust in Sphene. It is plain in the way they speak of her even now, and in how the simulant was able to win them over. When they notice she has ceased to appear again, rumor and worry will spread. We must be mindful of any pronounced shift in the mood of the populace. But forgive me, it's been battle after battle for you, hasn't it? We can handle ourselves for now, so pray, rest up all you can and recover your strength. Alize. Yes, hello? Valzin? For you to call out the blue, is something wrong? What? You went all the way to the bottom of Everkeep and you didn't think to ask me to come? But I suppose I've been fairly busy myself. Sorry, Alize. I'm pleased to say that we've received permission to begin administering the cure for Levin sickness to citizens. I'm actually due to visit a boy named Milo shortly, to see how he's responding to his treatment. You've met him before with Lamity, I believe. The two of you should attend as well if you have time. And finally it's happening. Erenville. Belzen, this is a surprise. Has Wuklamot gotten into trouble again? I see. Knowing you, I'd expect you are already looking forward to the next obvious trap. Try not to overdo it. I'm in the outskirts at the moment. Been helping the people with their work and talking to those I meet to gauge their sentiment. It's been uneventful for the most part, but there was one notable development. Following recent events, some here stopped wearing regulators. This has led to a disparity in what people remember about the Queen's death and the occasional episode of confusion. I'll be sure to let you know if there are any other changes. I think that's everyone, for now. What did the others have to say, if I may ask? Well, there's currently works against Levin sickness right now. They finished treating Milos? Then we have to go and visit him! Would you mind if I accompanied you? I understand he's afflicted with the self-same condition as I was. I cannot help but worry for him. Of course, you don't mind at all. In the meantime, I shall take myself around Solution 9 and see how things are. I share Alphinaud's concern about the Queen's absence, and even setting that aside, the situation is not like to resolve itself while becoming endless remains an option. I had been meaning to visit some shops, so I shall join Cryle. While everyone's out and about, I'll try and pick up Calix's trail. I'll see if I can dig up some information about the key for Y'shtola as well. I'll help you! It seems we all have things to do, so there's no telling what else Calix may have planned. So please be careful, everyone. Right. Let's go to Milos' apartment. It's in residential radius 914, if I remember correctly. I mean, it made sense, in considering Porkies are meant to restore etheric balance to one's being. In tempering, the Sin Eater Affliction. Let's see, the Sin Eater Affliction and tempering are examples of such. Hello, I came before with Queen's Fiend. glad you came again. I think you'll be fine now, but just for good measure, I'll administer a healing spell.
I once hoped that Milos at least might be made an endless. Then he wouldn't need to suffer anymore.
You feel different now?
Thanks to Alizé, Milos is on the road to recovery. He can grow up and live a normal life. And I want to be there with him every step of the way. To grow old with him as his mother and not something else.
That should do it. You're doing well, I'm glad to say.
Thank you, Alizé.
You're welcome, Milos. Now, you'll feel breathless for a little while still, but don't fret. It'll get easier to speak with time. That said, we can't rule out the possibility of a relapse. As a precaution, I would keep him away from lightning-infused objects.
Lightning. Does that include regulators?
It does. I understand if it's difficult for you to part with something that you've worn for so long, though, so it's entirely up to you.
No. For Milos' sake, I will do it. And if the environment here isn't good for him, I must consider moving outside the dome.
You two would be more than welcome in Tulihiola.
It's very assuring to hear that. If you don't mind, could you tell me about the process?
I'm happy. I can talk again. Before, I couldn't even thank my mother for caring for me. But now we can talk lots. I can tell her that I'm happy. That I like it when she strokes my hair.
Your mother is happy to talk to you as well, I'm sure.
Queen Sphene always cheered me up. Always said that she would cure me. Today, I'll practice walking with Mother. And next time, I'll go and visit you.
Thank you for explaining everything.
We'll come again to check on you. So if you have any other questions, just let me know. Right. Let's get going, shall we?
Please come back soon. You too, miss.
It's good to see Milos doing so well.
The Endless Me gave him the strength to hang on, and she didn't rely on any special power to do so.
She wanted her people to be happy. Even though we had to fight, her love for them was very real. And it reached Milos.
I wish to be there to watch him grow as well. To make my way beside the people of Alexandria. In the name of his evolution, Calix has wrought much unease and misery, and I cannot condone his path. No, I shall forge ahead on a path of my own. One that honors the memory of my other self.
Because of eternity. Last quest. And unfortunately, things are going to get gruesome according to the trailer. Milos is a kind and brave boy. It did me well to see him. One day, I hope I can speak with him about my other self. Let's return to the back room. On the way, let us pick up treats for our friends. A little gift to show our appreciation for their hard work. Huh?
Citizens of Alexandria, please be advised. The distribution of neo-regulators has concluded. We ask that all recipients equip their regulators and promptly complete device registration. The evolution of our kind is at hand. Together we shall rise above death and bask in the infinite possibilities of eternal life.
This sounds like a cult.
What is this?
Evolution? What evolution?
Those with neo-regulators will become endless, apparently.
You mean there's no more? Well, don't you feel lucky?
Don't look at me like that. Queen's Fiend said there were only so many.
I haven't registered mine yet. The more I thought about it, the more unsure I felt about becoming an Endless.
Well, I registered right away. Anything to stop those terrible nightmares of being killed by mechanical soldiers.
Ultimately, what you think is immaterial, for the seeds we've sown have already quickened. The people have glimpsed hope in transcending death, and they can ill turn away from it. I see. The terror of their first encounter with death still lingers in their hearts. Having previously been spared even the idea of it, they know not how to handle the emotions.
The funeral was meant to give everyone the chance to come to terms with loss, to grieve and move forward together. But everyone who was wearing a regulator had their memories of that moment erased. And to see those oblivious, happy souls, those who remembered must have wondered if it might not be better to be like them, to go back to a time when death didn't exist.
And now they've been presented with the chance to do just that by becoming an Endless. It's not hard to see why they would consider it.
If this fear of death continues to spread among the people, what will become of Alexandria? The gifts for our friends will have to wait. We should return to the back room at once.
I got a really bad feeling about this.
Oh, you're safe. That broadcast had us worried. The entire populace is on edge.
So Alphino and the others are still out there.
We have a situation on our hands! A civilian has been killed by a mechanical soldier here on Trueview. Wayakwe is on the scene and reports that the problem unit has been subdued by another sentry.
That doesn't make sense. Only someone with the King of Resolve's authority could order a soldier to do that.
Unless Calyx.
Not good. I tried to check the status of the authority but was blocked from the core system. Given recent developments, I'd wager that Calyx is responsible for this.
Perhaps we should go and see for ourselves.
It's me. There's been an incident in the outskirts.
The outskirts?
A mechanical soldier attacked a local resident. For no apparent reason. Fortunately, several nearby hunters dealt with the rogue machine. So everyone is safe. But if other soldiers were to... Wait. Is that... Oh gods.
Erenville, what's going on?
More hostile sentries are bound for the settlement. I'll try to lure them away and then lose them somehow.
Ill tidings, I take it.
Very ill.
In the outskirts too?
You'll go and help Erenville, won't you? We couldn't forgive ourselves if he came to harm. I'll have Geo join you from Earth and Sky.
Right then.
I'm coming too. I can't stay here while my people are in danger.
Let's go.
Right then. Nope, not that. And then... Nope. Things have settled down here, but I still see no sign of Erenville. Let's split up and look for him. Goluja, Steen, please search in the settlement area. Meanwhile, the rest of us can defend ourselves. We'll head further out. There. Oh, it's over already? Hey, you alright, you two? That was a close call. My thanks. As I was leading the soldiers away, I caught sight of this poor fellow being pursued. I went to help, but I was rather out of my depth. Lucky we found you when we did. Erenville, I'm so glad you're safe. We were quite worried when we couldn't find you. We encountered soldiers on the way here. Most paid us no mind, but some turned out to be hostile. There's no way to tell until I set on you. Ones here are also attacked without warning. If I hadn't been paying attention, it could have ended badly. Hopefully the others were able to escape. We should return to the outskirts and take stock. I think part of the trend I'm seeing is the lack of regulators. That, or those with even... Maybe those with the neo-regulators are the targets? Or those without them are the target?
Right. We're none the worse for the wear. But let's see what the situation is here.
Geode and his people came and joined us while we were searching for you. After which we happened to encounter Malachite. His usher duties brought him here, and he has quite the story to tell.
It's a bit puzzling, to say the least. Even so, I'll try my best to explain. I was called to attend to the unfortunate soul slain by the mechanical soldier. Yet, when I arrived, I found no body. Only a pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered. Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew what had become of it.
How odd. Did they remember the victim at least?
They did. Their memories of the deceased weren't sent to the cloud, I don't believe. Yet, no body remained.
If someone took it, surely they would have been noticed.
With your permission, I shall return to the government sector for now. Please take care.
This be the neo-regulators doing?
This is terrible. Why would they make the soldiers do this?
If preservation is behind the attacks, I fear this won't be the end of it.
All the neo-regulators have been distributed, and potentially 5,000 Endless are about to be born. What does Calyx hope to achieve with these killings? Does he seek to frighten people into registering them? Or perhaps...
What if they're painting a target on their backs?
Oh, thank the 12 you answered. Shale told me what happened. Is everything all right? I see. 'Tis a relief to hear that Erenville is safe. Alas, I do not have good news to share in return. A driver lost control of his vehicle when its interface became unresponsive, and it crashed into the Nexus arcade, injuring several people. Kryl and I are helping to render aid, but with the sentries behaving strangely, we can't afford to lower our guard. Remain vigilant, my friend.
There's a car crash.
I just received word from the backroom. A hover cargo on TrueView threw off its driver, and it's rampaging through the area as we speak.
Alphino had a similarly troubling report for me. Apparently, a riderless machine in the government sector came to life near a crowd clamoring for neo-regulators. It proceeded to mow down several citizens, causing serious injuries.
This is a tragedy. We must go and help the people.
The Turi.
Sphene, wait! I'm coming with you!
Alphino is with Y'shtola, and he said they'll be all right. I'll go and see if other incidents have occurred elsewhere. From here, I'll head towards the quarry by way of the Drift Downs.
Certainly a lot of hover cargoes coming and going in those parts. I'll join you.
I shall remain here and speak further with the locals. I have company now, so you needn't worry about me.
Then let's return to Solution 9. If we hurry, we can catch up to Lamachi and Sphene.
Right then. Oh, yep, there it is. Vehicular slaughter, it looks like. Where did Sphene go?
Sphene's gone ahead. I leave her with you.
Alright then.
Bloody things have gone mad.
Why is this happening?
Surely there's a finite number of these things.
Everyone, please try to remain calm and make your way to resolution. This is just like before, when Soldier unleashed the soldiers on us. I don't have any souls left. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
You all...
No! No! Why did you do that? Why? You can't just
Where are the regulators?
Endless, then you'd still be here. You'd still be with me. But now...
Are you alright?
Oh, wait. I think I realize who she is.
So many hurt. So many dead. This is wrong. This is all wrong.
What does Calyx gain from this massacre? He's alive. Or maybe people just have similar models or something. Take the 12, you are all unharmed. It's a small solace amidst the tragedy, however. The machine rampage seems to have been only temporary. Soldiers and vehicles alike ceased to operate all at once, as if they had fulfilled their purpose. Same outside Everkeep. The members of Oblivion are keeping watch for good measure. The first attacks came shortly after the announcement that neo-regulators had run out. It can't be a coincidence. I struggle to imagine that anyone but Calyx could gain control of the soldiers. This must have served his ends in some way. Gululja, are you still without your authority? I'm fine now. I'm in control again. We might take the opportunity to shut down the machines. There's no guarantee this won't happen again. Lemity just talked with Everkeep's administrators about that. They said it wasn't so simple. The mechanical soldiers don't only serve as guards, they also perform various vital tasks, like providing medical treatment and managing food production. If we shut them down, we'd struggle to render aid to the citizens, let alone restore their lives to normal. They made it so they can't use weapons anymore, though. Hopefully that makes it a little safer. That seems to be the best approach for now. Thank you for your swift action, Gululja. This powerlessness, I can abide it no longer. No matter how much hardship and loss we could endure it if there was but happiness at the end. All I see now is suffering and misery. I cannot bear it. I want to protect the people. For their happiness, I would do anything and everything. So please, lend me your aid. Oh, Sphene, you found the words I wish you'd said back then. Our strength is yours, Sphene. Together we'll get through this. Let us split up and get to work. Might I trouble you to report to Shale, my friend? Mm-hmm. It's been a trying day, but it seems the worst is behind us. What's the situation out there now? You've moved quickly to restore things to normal. Thank you. Yet while disarming the soldiers is indeed prudent, it is a far from comprehensive measure when vehicles can be commandeered to inflict damage and sow chaos. For the time being, I'll send our people to keep a close watch on machines. I also have in mind to consult the authorities about enlisting hunters to our aid. I must regain my proficiency in magic. To that end, I shall seek advice from Y'shtola and Alize. Among the books we recovered from the castle was a grimoire I once used. I hope to learn to wield it again at everyone's side. Ah, scholar. As for the key, I think it best that it remains in your care, though it means you will bear the greatest risk. In order to ease your burden, I shall endeavor to become a capable warrior and make Otis and Zelenia proud. Meanwhile,
by illness weakened, by wounds unmade, by age decayed. Such fragile flesh is worthless to us. How mankind should evolve, shall evolve. I have already arrived at the answer. The time is come to pose a new question.
Ominous. Reprieve from death, but at what cost? For endless life, a legion lost. Okay. That was quite a bit. And thus concludes the stream. Thank you all for tuning in, those who decided to drop on by. This was certainly surprises on top of surprises. As for what comes next in streaming, I'll find out. I have ideas though. But as always, you can follow me on Blue Sky at Rippington for more updates on this sort of thing. And yeah, for now and as always, until next time folks, see you later!